Mindset mobility. Learning to trust yourself. Now, what does that even mean? Yeah, I trust myself. I know what I want to eat for food, what workouts I like, the people that I want to have around me. Yeah, I get it. But what about when you begin to doubt, when something happens, when life happens, and you don't know which direction to go? You don't know who you can trust. You don't know where you can go to for advice. How do I begin to trust myself that I'm going to do what's best for me, that's going to get me into alignment with the life that I say I want to have? Well, first and foremost, you have survived 100% of your worst days. I know, I sound like a broken record, but it's the truth. You've survived 100% of your worst days. Whatever lies ahead of you, whatever is happening in your world right now, you're gonna figure it out. You've survived 100% of your worst days. If that does not give you the most undeniable proof and evidence for you to go out and try, then I don't know what does. Sure, you've had setbacks. Sure, you've had heartbreak. Sure, you've lost money. Same, many times over, but I'm still here, aren't you? You're watching this right now. Why would I not have the confidence to go out and try again? Because, okay, I put a foot forward. That was not a good step forward. I'm gonna take a step back. I'm gonna go this way, or maybe I'm doing a little salsa and then I'm gonna go right back. Whatever it is, keep trying. The only way that you fail is if you stop. Is if you stop trying, is if you stop putting yourself out there. I've had a lot of life lessons in the last few years for me, and they have really made me question whether I can trust myself or not. I have been abused, been cheated on, I've been lied to, I've been stolen from, I've been betrayed, I've been discarded, I've been used, and I've been manipulated. Now, did I deserve those things? No. But it really makes me question whether or not I can trust myself, because I kept putting myself in situations, and then this person did that person did that, okay, that person did that person used that person's things against me. No, I didn't deserve any of that, but it did happen. And honestly, every little bit of it now, I can be really grateful for. I am on the other side. I am a much better, stronger, more secure person. And for yourself, maybe you have something like that. Maybe not as bad, I hope not. But there have been individuals in my life who have really made me question my worth, my value, my ability to love and to be loved. Sure, it happened multiple times, but that doesn't take away from my character, the good in my heart, the desire I have to become and be a better person. I have been tested to the limits in a lot of different ways, but I'm still this person. You know, I could get on here and talk smack about all of them. It's not really gonna do me any good though. How lucky am I that I'm not gonna let that pain and that hurt turn my heart cold? I really love who I am. And even though all of that happened, how lucky am I that I would never handle a situation like that? How lucky am I that I don't understand why they did what they did? And in turn, how lucky am I that I can trust myself, that I am stepping forward with good intentions. I am being honest about who I'm presenting out to the world, that I am wanting a better life for myself and not just allowing these things to happen and then throwing myself a pity party. Yep, they happened. I went through it and now I'm on the other side, but sometimes you got to go through it, which is even more reason for me to trust myself, because I got through all of that. Well, obviously I'm going to be able to get through the next thing, the next business, the next heartbreak, the next loss. Of course I can. I've done it every single day of my life. I've always figured it out. I've always gotten through, just like you. So for yourself, I have 3 questions for you to better trust yourself. It's very simple. How would the secure version of me handle this? How would the version of me 5 years from now handle this? How would the version of me who's already done this handle this? Okay, this person behaved the way that they did. Well, how would the secure version of me handle this? Would they have a conversation? Write a letter? Let them know, hey, you really crossed a line with me and I think we need to take some time apart. I'll reach out in a week if I feel that I'm comfortable speaking to you again. How would the version of me 5 years from now handle it? Okay, I know that person's not gonna be in my life in 5 years. Hey, I wish you the best. Clearly we're not a match. I hope that you can find what you're looking for. There you go, because I'm gonna find what's meant for me, because what's meant for me will not miss me. Learning to trust yourself. How the version of me that's already done this handle this. Most of you know I'm an actor. I get rejected all the time. I have auditioned over 1,000 times. I've booked maybe 50 projects. So I've been rejected well over 900 times. Within that, okay, how the version of me that's already done this? Ah, man, I was close, so close, man. I hope whoever gets it crushes it. I wouldn't want to wish ill on someone just because they got a job over me, or just because they got the girl who clearly was not the right one for me, or this person gets the promotion, that person gets the big house and the fancy car. I don't want to wish ill on other people in this world because I wouldn't want them to wish ill on me. Regardless of what happens, regardless of whether or not we used to be close, just because you're no longer sitting at my table doesn't mean I don't want you to eat. We also need to learn to trust ourselves when people do decide to make decisions that maybe harm us, press our boundaries, don't have our best intentions at the forefront. And so when other people decide to behave how they will, just like you deciding to behave how you will, we have to take accountability, we have to take responsibility for what we do and what we don't do. But when other people make choices, let that inform you to make yours. This is the proactive reactive. For myself, okay, I'm gonna be proactive about it. It doesn't mean that every time now stepping forward, I'm always gonna be on edge, like, oh, this person, oh, this person. That's very reactive. Hey, here's how I operate, here's what I do, especially in dating. Hey, I'm very intentional about this. I'm very serious about you and the time that we can spend together. Let's go have an adventure. I don't know if it's gonna be forever, but it is for now. And I wanna make the most of it. Will you join me? It's so much better than just waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's so much better than waiting for life to happen and just being in a fearful, okay, any day now. I don't think anybody really feels comfortable in that. And so, what kind of life are you living? And is it one where you wholeheartedly and securely can always come back to your center and trust yourself? The secure version, the version of you 5 years from now, and the version of you who's already done it. I believe in you, and you should too, I think.